The complete works of Swami Vivekananda, The Goal, Part 2. The ignorant can be made to understand this very easily, and the learned can be made to understand still more easily. But the man who has just got a speck of learning, him God Himself cannot make understand. The truth is, you are not separate from this universe, just as your spirit is not separate from the rest of you. If not so, you could not see anything, could not feel anything. Our bodies are simply little whirlpools in the ocean of matter. Life is taking a turn and passing on in another form. The sun, the moon, the stars, you and I are mere whirlpools. Why did I select a particular mind as mine? It is simply a mental whirlpool in the ocean of the mind. How else is it possible that my vibration reaches you just now? If you throw a stone in the lake, it raises a vibration and that stirs the water into vibration. I throw my mind into a state of bliss, and the tendency is to raise the same bliss in your mind. How often in your mind or heart you have thought something, and without verbal communication, others have got your thought. Everywhere we are one. That is what we never understand. The whole universe is composed of time, space, and causation. And God appears as this universe. But where did nature begin? When you forgot your true nature and became bound by time, space, and causation. This is the rotating circle of your bodies, and yet that is your infinite nature. That is certainly nature, time, space, and causation. That is all that is meant by nature. Time began when you began to think. Space began when you got the body. Otherwise, there cannot be any space. Causation began when you became limited. We have to have some sort of answer. There is the answer. Our limitation is play, just for the fun of it. Nothing binds you. Nothing forces you. You were never bound. We are all acting our parts in this play of our own invention. But let us bring another question about individuality. Some people are so afraid of losing their individuality. Won't it be better for the pig to lose his pig individuality if he became God? Yes. But the poor pig does not think so at the time. What state is my individuality? When I was a baby sprawling on the floor trying to swallow my thumb, was that the individuality I should be sorry to lose? 50 years hence, I shall look upon this present state and laugh, just as I now look upon the baby state. Which of these individualities shall I keep? We are to understand what is meant by this individuality. There are two opposite tendencies. One is the protection of the individuality. The other is the intense desire to sacrifice the individuality. The mother sacrifices all her own will for the needy baby. When she carries the baby in her arms, the call of individuality, of self-preservation is no more heard. She will eat the worst food, but her children will have the best. So far, all people we love, we are ready to die for. On the one hand, we are struggling hard to keep this individuality, and on the other hand, we are trying to kill it. With what result? Tom Brown may struggle hard. He is fighting for his individuality. Tom dies, but there is not a ripple anywhere upon this surface of the earth. There was a Jew born 1900 years ago. And he never moved a finger to keep his individuality. Think of that. That Jew never struggled to protect his identity. That is why he became the greatest in the world. This is what the world does not know. In time, we are to be individuals. But in what sense? What is the individuality of man? Not Tom Brown, but the God in man. That is the true individuality. The more man has approached that, the more he has given up his false individuality. The more he tries to collect and gain everything for himself, the less he is an individual. The less he has thought of himself, the more he has sacrificed all individuality during his lifetime. The more he is an individual. This is one secret the world does not understand. We must first understand what is meant by individuality. It is attaining the ideal. You are man now, or you are woman. You will change all the time. Can you stop? Do you want to keep your minds as they are now? The anger, hatred, jealousy, quarrel, all the 1001 things in the mind. Do you mean to say that you will keep them? You cannot stop anywhere until perfect conquest has been achieved, until you are pure and you are perfect. You have no more anger when you are all love, this infinite existence. Which of all your bodies will you keep? You cannot stop anywhere until you come to life that never ends, infinite life. You stop there. You have a little knowledge now and are always trying to get more. Where will you stop? Nowhere until you become one with life itself. Many want pleasure as a goal. For that pleasure, they seek only the senses. On the higher planes, much pleasure is to be sought. Then, on spiritual planes, then in himself God within him. The man whose pleasure is outside of himself becomes unhappy when that outside thing goes. You depend upon this pleasure upon anything in this universe. In all my pleasures, if all my pleasures are in myself, I must have pleasure there at all time, because I can never lose myself. Mother, father, child, wife, body, wealth, everything I can lose except myself. Bliss in the self, all desire is contained in the self. This is individuality which never changes, and this is perfect.